Wow.
Yes, sir. What up? What up? What up?
Let's get it. We are back in action. It feel like it's been a little minute for the Icons podcast.
It felt like it's been like a little stretch of time since we all sat down.
Yeah. It's good though, cause sometimes you gotta let it breathe.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Let it breathe. Yeah. There's a channel I follow. Every time he says something that's like on point or like a point, he goes, "Let it breathe." That's his thing.
You gotta let it sink in a little bit.
That's clean,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, let it breathe. That's like his version of the But hey, this is what, episode 15?
Yes, sir.
Episode 15.
We're still going.
We gotta. Oh yeah, we definitely going. We can't stop. Won't stop. You know, too legit to quit.
Facts.
We got a special guest, man. We got a special guest. I've been tapped in with him for a little minute. Just cause.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
up?
sir.
Thank
what
you
do you
for
do? It's a
coming.
pleasure to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me come through.
Oh no, for sure, man.
For sure.
The first time I saw you, I walked in at a poetry event that you guys are having at High Calling. It's from it was on the west side, right around the corner from Ohio City.
Contrast High?
Contrast High.
Contrast
I
High.
was
Okay,
blanking on the
okay.
name. But yeah, Contrast High. It was in that little spot they had. They had the glass balls on the wall.
Yeah, no, that was for the 1 year. That was for the 1 year anniversary.
That was your 1 year for
Yep,
sure.
Yep. Poetry Unplugged's 1 year anniversary.
And I was doing some StreamSpace stuff in the back, but yeah, that's the first time I saw you perform. That's the first time I even saw you ever. But I was like, man, you really are dope at what you do. First of all,
I appreciate you, G.
very captivating, and definitely has put. We're gonna talk about it briefly, just to come up. Definitely how you kind of trained and developed your style, but very captivating, very strong on stage. A lot of charisma, very strong on the mic. And very just open and transparent with the stories and the concepts that you're trying to get across. So yeah, just to give you your flowers, I've seen you perform a few
Appreciate that,
times,
man.
And
Thank you.
If y'all don't know, make sure you check them out if you can. If you can ever check them out, catch them at an event, you won't be disappointed. But yeah, let's start on the early side. That's always how we do it. We got to start on the early side, young cause. What were you into growing up? What were kind of some of the things that influenced you as a youngster?
So when I was young, I love telling this story. When I was young, I was around maybe 8 years old, 8, 9, 10, I started listening to rappers like Lil Wayne, Young Jeezy. We were just talking about T.I. So right around that, TM103, the Carter 3, the Drought 3, all of that coming out at the same time. I remember my sister had this white iPod. The big white iPod with the big circle.
One of the original.
Yeah, one of the original joints.
About as thick as a deck of cards.
No, for real. So, yeah, I had that. She basically gave it to me, and so I remember listening to the Drought 3. I'll never forget it. Listening to the Drought 3, and it was back on my Grizzy. And he like, yeah, I'm back on my Grizzy, Young Money, where you at? The way he played with words that whole song, I just loved it. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I want to make words bend like that. I want to tell stories and share parts of my life the way that these people do. And so that's really where I started at. And then, when you're young and growing up in Chicago, everybody wanted to rap. Everybody wanted to do something that was entertaining. So
you were born in Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in Chicago until I was about 12, and then we moved to Columbus, lived in Columbus for a minute, and then once I hit 18, I moved to Kent. After Kent, ended up moving to Cleveland. But yeah, growing up there, everybody was creative in some type of way or played sports. Like that's really where our niches were. But we had a little rap group, and then when I hit 5th grade, it was CP3. It was me, Khalil, Shamaya, Chris. We was CP3. I'll never forget that.
You said how old?
I was 5th grade. That was right around, I was 11, 10, 11, 12. I can't even remember no more.
Okay.
But, yeah.
You had the group.
Yeah. Nice little rap group. But by the time I hit 14, 15, I moved to Columbus. I started experiencing life different because it was quiet in Columbus. The world was way different than being in Chicago. But I think I hit this point where I realized, maybe I don't need to rap for real. Right. But I did enjoy the process of writing. So I kept writing, and those were the types of things I just kept to myself. And then I just continually, that the raps turned into poetry.
See, I was just about to ask that. Like, was there a very distinct switch in your writing style, or was your rapping style maybe a little more loose, if you will? Or were you kind of like more traditional, like the AB or like the AABB kind of structure? And then we're like, you know what, I'm going to kind of maybe not rap it so rhythmically. Like, what was that transition like?
Yeah, when I was young, I had that typical AB style. I didn't understand at the time the intricacies of really double entendres, triple entendres of like the form. I didn't understand really breaking down a verse to make it not just that AB format style. But I always told stories. I was always telling what was happening in life, something that happened, something I wanted to happen. So that thing really carried throughout. But I don't think that format changed of AB to a more intricate rhyme style when it came to poetry up until I'll say maybe by the time I hit 16, because then I started to understand, oh no, I really don't got to rhyme. I could just say what I feel. And then once I hit maybe 19, 20, and I started, because there's poetry and then there's spoken word. Poetry is more so like the written form, and that's where you get, of course, like Langston Hughes. You get a lot of like Sharon Creech, Robert Frost. Like those are the typical people who you hear. These are poets who write these things down. Then you got spoken word, and spoken word is poetry, but it's meant to be heard. It's meant for the ear,
not to really be read.
Not necessarily to be read. Because if you read it, you won't really get it the way I want you to get it.
Because it's a performance also.
It's a performance, so exactly.
They're seeing your mannerisms. They're seeing like how you put emphasis on certain words.
Exactly.
And that's part of that art form of spoken word.
Precisely. And so my favorite example of this is like Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. Like we could read Still I Rise and be like, oh, this was a really important poem. But then there's this video on YouTube, and I want y'all to look it up too. Still I Rise.
Okay, we got homework.
And Maya Angelou, the way she gives it though, it's just like, oh, she was having fun, but she was serious. She was being very authentic, but she was very playful. It was more than just what you might typically read. And so once I hit 19, 20, that's when I really started to understand, like, nah, I did write it like this, but I don't want it to sound like this when I say it. And that's when I started to really play with that rhyme scheme for real.
Who did you study around that time to help you turn that corner on the type of poetry that you're going to be like really targeting?
When I was like 19 to 20, it was the people around me. So growing up, I always say growing up because I feel like no matter what city I was in, I'm always, like right now in Cleveland, I'm still growing up. But growing up in Kent, growing up in Kent, I was like 19, 20. I was around, so my best friend, his name is Elijah. Elijah was an excellent artist. And so he was always kind of like indirectly coaching me. You know, like when you're around people, they sharpen your tools automatically. So Elijah kind of like sculpted why I wrote. It was always purposeful. It was always something that said something to somebody. And I think that was important. And then I talk about it all the time, like Damian McClendon, people, Ephraim Nehemiah, Shani, like those three artists specifically, when they wrote for a purpose. They wrote with a vigor, and when they performed with a vigor. They performed like, I got something I gotta tell you, and you gotta really understand me. You gotta really.
It's like they still had the same not aggression, but the same passion as like a rapper would have.
Absolutely.
But just channeled it through spoken word.
Absolutely. It was that. And then so being able to see that there in the way they constructed words and made them bend and break rules for real, you know? I thought that was so cool. And that reminded me of, like you said, when I was younger, listening to Lil Wayne and Jeezy's like, oh, I like how they did that. And so that kind of reignited me. And then, of course, traveling from Kent going back to Columbus, like during the summertime, I got hip to this spot called the Nest. Shout out the Nest. The Nest, it's ran by JG, and him. It was artists like JG and Matthias Speaks, and Trip, and it was this other young dude named David. Like, it was so many talented artists down in Columbus who I saw, and they was doing the same thing. It was artful, it was soulful, and they still had that vigor that a rapper might when they performing, and they still had the wordplay that a rapper might when they writing. And seeing those two things combined, it only made me love it more. And then you get to, when you really love something, you get immersed in the culture of it. So not only am I experiencing that at Kent, I'm experiencing it in Columbus. Now I'm with Elijah, and we traveling, going to different spots here in Cleveland. And now I'm on YouTube watching Button Poetry, watching NPS, National Poetry Slam, watching Cup C. So I think the culture I was in really just sharpened me in every which way. And so in the world of poetry, you got slam poetry. So slam poetry is a little bit more raw and uncut than other forms are, because
so it's just like a subgenre of, if you will, if this is a subgenre of the spoken word.
In a sense, yeah.
I know somebody who used to do slams and everything. It's almost like a competition.
Yeah.
Of spoken word.
Like,
it's like
the way.
So this is more so like an event.
Yeah. It's a huge event. It's a huge event. So you got, that's what I was saying. So you got Cup C. I can't even remember
That's another event.
Yeah, it's like it's a poetry slam for college university.
See, that's funny
poetry
you brought that
slam. I can't remember what the I mean, but it's the college university poetry slam something. So it's colleges, different student groups from colleges slamming against each other.
Okay.
You got the National
Slamming
Poetry
against
Slam,
each other, that's
which
crazy.
is everybody against each other. You got WOWPS, which is Women of the World Poetry Slam. They have that every March.
Wow.
And women
Are these groups against each other, or are this like individuals?
It's individuals and groups. So you got Southern Fried. Southern Fried is like group poetry slams.
Wow.
So
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So it's basically how many bars you got, and is they better than theirs?
So do you go in there? If you go to a slam, are you going there knowing what you're going to say already, or are you kind of freestyling some of this stuff?
I wouldn't say freestyling. I mean, if you like that, you could. I definitely have been in spaces like there's some like Poetry Fiend. Poetry Fiend come through the Poetry Unplugged. He also hosts Lift Every Voice open mic. Shout out to them. They like Poetry Fiend. He freestyle. He said he been freestyling poetry for like the last 10 years. So like some poets is just like that. They'll get up and be so inspired by the rest of the room, they'll just start coming up with something off the dome. With a poetry slam, though, I wouldn't necessarily say you know what you coming with. So, for instance, if you got a poetry slam and you know it's maybe 10 other poets you going against, you got 3 rounds, right? So, you got to make it to that 3rd round. You might have, instead of just 3 poems, you want to have like 5 or 6 poems, maybe 7 that you know that you can recite depending on the mood.
Just in case you need an audible.
Just in case you need that audible.
Yeah.
So everybody talk about black stuff. Let me see. I'm going to talk about black stuff and mental health. And boom, that's how I'm going to pull that, right? And then, so it's like you thinking about, you constantly turning your wheel and reading the room, reading the judges, reading how you feel to make the best impact on the rest of the crowd, for real. So I really love slam because it teaches you etiquette on how to really study, because slam is not just about your words, but like you said, it's about projection. It's about how you give a performance. It's about your ability to show yourself at the highest regard. And I think that's why I love slam, because it coaches you to coach yourself, if that makes sense.
You've been a part?
Yeah, I used to love slam.
So have you ever, like, was there ever a time where, I want to see here, if you had 2 of these times, a time where you were really seemed like on your game and kind of were like really like on fire? And was there ever a time where if you're going against someone and they like was just crushing it and you just like, yo, this man's or woman is on another level, and really kind of witness within battle, another level?
I would definitely say there's definitely been both of those times. So I can honestly say this. I've always been very energetic when it came to performing, especially when it came to when I was slamming. I was very enthralled with it. Like I studied. I was up at. I've always gotten up early, so me saying I was up at 6 is kind of like whatever. But I would be up practicing, practicing, going for walks. I'm practicing, studying, really working on my bars to make sure they sound good and they actually have a meaning behind them. So when I was in it, I was definitely at a high moment throughout the ride of it. But I'll also say that it was definitely one slam in particular back in, I want to say, the fall of 2021. And shout out to Mixed Rose, bro. Mixed Rose, she another fantastic spoken word artist, slam poet. She just so raw. And so we was slamming together back. It was Blaze, Charmed by Blaze. She had a slam back then. And I remember performing. I think I made it to the second round. And in the third round, I didn't make it to the third round. But in the third round, everybody facing this way. Everybody and they call Rose. They call Mixed Rose. And the room get quiet. And she starts singing or humming with her face. She's facing this wall right here.
Like away from
everybody else.
Okay.
And she's walking backwards. I'm like, bro, what the heck is going on?
What's about to happen, bro?
What's going on for real? But it was that moment where I was like, oh, she on a different level. She on a different level. But I think for me, when you admire competition, when you admire a competitive sport, it's like, okay, I just gotta get better.
Yeah.
I admired what she did because it was like, oh, I gotta come in crazy. Now I understand how to have that difference. And I remember I was at a slam in Akron and Ephraim, everybody else was on the stage. Everybody else did their thing on the mic. Ephraim got off the stage, jumped off the stage, hitting people tables while he's slamming. So I think it's those types of things that it's a camaraderie that happens when I see those types of things. It's like, okay, now I know how to up my game. Now I know how to surprise factor.
Sometimes you don't know how to up it to the next level until you see
the
next level.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, I see how you can kick it up another notch.
Exactly. Because I can project, I can do the theatrics, I can do those things. But those next level thoughts of oh, how can I stretch this a little bit further? Let's actually get into the crowd. Let's actually do something that everybody else not doing. Yeah. And that makes a difference. Yeah.
And I ask those questions coming from the beat battle world, because I've been in beat battles where I've won the beat battle and pretty much just smoke all the way through.
Yeah.
And then I've got 3-round battle and make it to the second round and don't make it to the third because some dude come with some crazy drums or some 808s just tearing the building down. And like you said, you see things or you kind of peep things and you have to learn that way. But there is levels to everything, and I would imagine that like you said, there is levels to spoken word slam. Do you ever? And I want to not speak the whole time just about spoken word, but I do want. I was curious. Outside of poetry, were there any speakers, public speakers, that you look up to?
Public speakers. I'll actually say, and this might be controversial, but I really enjoy Malcolm Gladwell. So. Malcolm Gladwell is he's more of a writer than a speaker. He writes a lot about statistics. He writes a lot about stories and really how to gauge information or garner information through those stories. He has my favorite book of his is called Outliers, but he also has The Tipping Point. He also has Blink. He's a very well-known writer, I would assume. But on the oration side, the way he tells stories is really important to me because he goes in order, but he knows how to do it in a very fascinating way. He knows what facts are the most poignant. He also knows which facts are playful and which facts you can joke around with. Because it's when you're telling a story, you got to tell the truth, right? But then you also don't want it to be so boring and nobody cares, but then you don't want to, overplay or downplay the seriousness of the situation.
I saw like it was a post the other day, and somebody was like, when some people tell stories and then they'll put more focus and start elaborating on irrelevant parts of the story.
Yeah. And when you do that, it's like, I don't even want to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
No
like, man, come on, man, get to the good stuff.
Yeah. So I think Malcolm Gladwell does a really good job of that. Like, he had this, bro. I was watching one talk of his, and he was talking about the difference between Ragu and Prego, and why Prego always beat Ragu out. And this is like, y'all, this is probably, I sat and watched that for like 25 minutes. Why I watched that? He had me.
He had you engaged.
He had me engaged. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's about storytelling. When you can tell a story in a very exciting and engaging way, then you can grab an audience attention. And I think the unique thing about him is his voice not, like, I know for me, I project. Like, I have a large voice. Sometimes I may purposely incite a large presence. But when your story is that good, when your poem is that good, kind of pulling it from that, it's like, when it's that good, you don't need to be this loud person. And I think that's what I learned from watching speakers like Gladwell.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about just your group endeavors. You know, a little bit about Poetry Unplugged. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to the gang.
Shout out to Morgan on that for sure.
Hey, I drank too much water. I'm gonna be right back.
But yeah, talk a little bit about so that and Sparrow's Fortune. You know, and how that transitioned from. And I know you kind of say even as a, you know, in your middle school years you had the rap group, right? So you're not new to the group aspect from a early age, but growing into an adult and finding a little more light into your profession. You know, how did you get into those groups? You know, like Poetry Unplugged and Sparrow's Fortune, and find people that were like-minded. You know, because that's not always easy coming from the music aspect. You know, especially something like, for an example, a band. It's not easy to find all the moving pieces that work. You know, so talk a little bit just about your group aspect and some of those people that you work with. Absolutely.
So I guess the best thing is to really start at the origin. So the Sparrow's Fortune, the first idea of it actually happened when I was like 19, when I was at Kent.
Okay.
And I wanted to collaborate with a multitude of different artists, but you know, when you're young, you don't really have the tools to facilitate something to that scale, for real.
Yeah, you just know you have a good idea.
Yeah, you just know you got a good idea. And so while I tried to make that happen, I don't think that I was really at a place to really, like I said, facilitate that. So it was just a dream, a thought that I had. And so moving to Cleveland, I was circulating a lot. I went to every open mic that I could. I was around as many artists as I could be. And so around November of 2021, I started to really like hone in, okay, who's some artists that like I really admire, who's some people I think I will work well with, like how do I make this idea of a group of poets come together? Yeah. And the Sparrow's Fortune, like the concept isn't new, you know, of a pack of poets. Like you got Poets in Autumn, you got the Strivers Row. It's a large multitude of poetry groups. Right. But Cleveland didn't have one, and I really wanted to see that happen for Cleveland. And so, yeah, I was already around, like, me, Quiet Kid, and Rose, we was already in that, like, poetry slam world.
Already in that scene.
Yeah, already in that scene. So, these two, we was always the ones, like, at each other's neck, for real. So, it's like, all right.
Kind of pushing each other.
Kind of pushing each other. So, it's like, okay, if anybody, like... So, I was actually taking Quiet Kid home one day. We was driving. And I was like, yo, how would you feel about, like, creating a poetry group? He was like, that sounds like a cool idea for real.
Right. He was waiting. He was like, I was waiting for you. Yeah.
So me and him got to talking. He was like, all right, I'm going to talk to Rose. And then when it came to Morgan and Avery, me and Avery had bumped into each other a couple times. But it was just a conversation me and him had. I was like, yo, this is an idea I had. I really think it would be really good for us to really grow and expand each other, not just our individual brands, but say if StreamSpace reach out and they like, hey, I got this interview, but I'm busy. Khalil busy is like, all right, cool. I can't make it, but Quiet Kid can make it, or
somebody gonna
come for it. You know what I mean? And I think that was a really big important part, not just with things like interviews, but performances. If I can't make it, I know somebody else can. So that was really the premise. And then again, like with Morgan, so actually the day I asked Morgan to be a part of the Sparrow's Fortune, that was the first day of Poetry Unplugged. So
Nice.
like,
So she was already in motion too.
yeah, like her and TP had just started Poetry Unplugged. So I think that was synchronicity for real. So I ran it by her, and at that time, like me and Morgan had ran into each other, but we wasn't really like cool. It was just
Right.
oh, that's a poet. I'm a poet. What's up? And so I remember walking up to her like, "Hey, yo, my name Khalil." She was like, "Nigga, I know who you is." So I was like,
You was trying to be humble.
yeah, like, but told her about the group. She like, all right, cool, bet. Like, let's work it out. So that's basically the making of the band for real. Over time, things grow, we expand, and so when it comes to me working with Poetry Unplugged specifically, it was really just a matter of, again, timing and synchronicity. It just got to a place where Morgan was like, I don't feel like hosting no more. And I was already at a space where, Morgan was helping out with the Sparrow. She was like, well, if I don't feel like hosting no more, would you mind hosting? I'm like, yeah, let's get into it for real.
Yeah.
So that's really what started my like actual work with Poetry Unplugged, because
And you're still the host right now?
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, and that was back in May of 2023. So yeah. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of coming together and knowing that you have a desired goal, a desired purpose. You know, when you have this idea, like I can imagine y'all with StreamSpace. Like I said, how did it start? You was like, really? It just started because there was a need for it. Yeah. And I think with the Sparrows, there was a need for people to see artists like coming together and creating a space where we can all work together and see something big come from it. And I think with Poetry Unplugged, I can say that there was a space, and there still is a need for a space where artists feel at home, for one, where they feel welcome to be in a space, where they know that this is a platform that they can stand on top of and, utilize for their career, for artistic development. And that's really what I want for both organizations, for the Sparrows to, teach the emotional side and teach the writing side, where Poetry Unplugged is more so for you to have a
performance more so.
Performance. Yeah. Performance and have that home base.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have both of that, and it's just good. It's good to just always have more players in whatever field you're in to just keep mixing the scene. There's always room for more people. Like Absolutely. We'll never have, not equate a lot of stuff to music, but there's never too many musicians. There's never too many artists. Never too many producers. And in your aspect, there's never too many people trying to, do poetry and spoken word and slam. There's always room to grow. I love the things that you guys even do with the kids, the community. Even just teaching, is important too. Sitting down, doing those workshops, giving people a chance to learn. And it's so easy nowadays to be like, yeah, Google it, but sometimes you don't need to Google it. Sometimes I need to talk to someone. I want someone to break it down to me. I want to be able to mingle and answer questions or ask questions, or just sit back and listen to somebody talk, So yeah, I see when I see you guys out working, you and even like I said, Poetry Unplugged and Morgan, you guys are very hands-on and very people oriented, because there's a lot of emotion coming out of poetry. Somebody may come to Poetry Unplugged that's really has no intention of being a professional, in that aspect, or an intention of like doing it as a career. Like, I'm here purely to get something off my chest.
It's very personal.
Yeah. My day job is somewhere else, and because I see that in music all the time. Like, some people know, like, I'm not trying to be Jay-Z, but I know this song allows me to write about a topic that's been on my heart, or a vibe that I'm trying to, get and ride to, So yeah, just shout out to like the arts and people being conscious of the arts too,
And I'll say really quickly, when I think about team, because most of the time people typically only see me and Morgan, but like, I think the most important thing that I've learned about artistry altogether is how many people it really take for real. So like, Quinn, Tierra, Cody always there on the camera. Like,
shout out Cody for sure.
Yeah, like shout out Studio Black Box, like always there with the film or with the camera. Like on the Sparrow side, like I'm thankful for all of the artists like Mix Rose, Quiet Kid, Ave, Ray, Quinn again, like, and then Indira, like, she jumped in and started helping on the technology side. So like a lot of people see like the faces, but there are so many more like in depth tunnels that like people don't really get to see.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cool other side of arts that like when you get to the nitty gritty of it, is like I can't do everything for real. Like
Other people who make this stuff happen.
Yeah.
They're just as important, even though they're not like out there in the front of everybody. They're just as important to make
Absolutely.
this happen.
Yeah.
So everybody got to play a part. Everybody can't be LeBron, but you damn sure you need a coach. You damn sure you need somebody on defense. You need somebody in the corner shooting the ball.
Fact.
Shoot, you need a water boy, bro. You need a
water.
trainer, bro. You need all of them.
Yep. You need everybody. You need a chef. You need.
That's
all
why
the
they all
pieces.
get rings, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody get rings. Janitor go get a ring. You picked up that trash.
Yeah, bro.
On
picked up that trash real good, too.
Real good too. He gonna get that ring too. Oh, he gonna get that ring.
He gonna get that ring.
Yeah, man. So the first part of the podcast, whenever we have a guest on, I really just want to just tap in just on that journey, allow you to talk about it. I'm sure you talked about it before, but it's nice to hear the story of how people got to where they are. People don't know, somebody might have just followed you today and be like, "Yo, he's dope." He got some cool art, and may have thought you just popped up on the scene, but no, you got some hours. You got some hours in Kent. You got some hours in Chicago. You got some hours in Columbus. You touched some circles. You've been around some scenes of people. Seen some things. You're not a newbie to it, but yeah, man. So we do one of the parts of our podcast is top 3. So we're gonna talk about that. We're just gonna throw just random stuff now.
Okay, let's get into it.
We're not even about poetry no more. Because I know you're an author as well. You got some books.
We got an album.
You got got the album. Let's talk a little bit about that after we play the game. Definitely want to talk about that.
That's a bet.
But we just definitely want to know some more stuff about just like random
too.
stuff. You say what?
Like some stuff out of left field, bro.
Oh, left field. Let's see how left. You want to go first? You got something?
Yeah, man.
Okay,
let me
you go
see.
first.
Look, this is super random.
Okay.
What's your top 3 favorite animals?
Top 3 favorite animals. Okay. I got a dog. I got a lion.
You got a dog? Do you have a dog?
No. I want a dog.
Okay.
I don't got no house yet. Like once I get a house, I want my dog to have free range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Dog.
Lion.
Off the wall, a lizard, because I used to have a pet lizard.
Okay. I had a pet lizard before.
Okay. Shout out to lizards. Hey, you remember Eva had an iguana?
Yeah, I remember she had an iguana.
Somebody ran over his tail. It might have been my dad.
No, and remember they were trying to get it was stuck.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get it. Yeah, so somebody ran over the iguana, so they were trying to get the iguana
got stuck in there.
Yeah.
So they pulling it, and I want to say it was my dad, bro, who killed it.
Whose dad it
and
was.
like they pulled it real hard, and it was like, and then she was like, "No!" I was there when that happened.
Yeah, that iguana was
man. Hey man, rest in peace to that iguana.
Yeah, that iguana was crazy. All right, let's see. Top 3 candies.
Top 3 candies. Okay, Sour Patch Kids, the watermelon kind. Twizzlers, the Twist and Pulls, and
Snickers.
Snickers.
Last night.
Yeah, the Twist and Pulls is crazy.
Yeah.
And you said Snickers?
Yeah.
Snickers is a filling snack, though.
Snickers gonna buzz every trip. Jeez.
You ever had the Snickers ice cream bar?
Yes, that's my favorite.
Best
Yeah.
ice cream bars ever,
Crazy,
bro. Like, hey, it's smack, bro, with the little caramel in the middle.
How they do that?
I don't know, man.
How they do that?
Crazy.
Hey, whoever said let's make it into a ice cream,
they
bro,
should got a raise.
They should have got a raise.
They should
be on the executive board.
No,
now.
for real. They should all have.
No, for sure. No, they definitely do because that's a crazy.
Yeah, that idea crazy. Yeah.
What you got, Jay?
Let's see. Top 3 R&B singers.
Top 3 R&B singers all time or right now?
All time.
All time. Sade counts R&B?
Yes.
Okay, Sade. All time. Anita Baker counts R&B?
Who? Yes.
Yeah.
Anita Baker?
Yeah.
Okay, Sade, Anita Baker. And
Two good ones,
right now, SZA.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Artist, yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Let me see. I'm trying to think of something just like really wild.
Yeah, like that crazy something.
Top 3 stores. It's not that crazy. We're gonna see.
Top 3 stores?
Yeah, top 3 stores.
Can I just say corner store? Like
Just the corner store.
Corner
The
store,
type of
just,
store?
just flat. The corner store.
Okay.
Corner store.
That's number one. Number one, the corner store.
You can get anything there.
You can get anything for real.
You can get anything.
Quick little store run for real. Okay, so corner store. Let's see, Walmart. I'm a Walmart nigga. You know, they say it's Walmart and then Target. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Walmart nigga.
Walmart. So you wear black Air Force One.
I'm gonna run to Walmart. I'm gonna run to Walmart.
Do you y'all was talking about it last night? Do you miss 24/7 at Walmart?
I do miss 20.
Hey,
bro, I was just talking to somebody about that like 2 days ago. I'm like, bro, I miss 24/7 Walmart. Like, life was so easy.
You only buying candy and munchy shit at 3 a.m. though. If you in there at 3 a.m.
No, but some people wasn't though. Like you could be in there.
No,
like
you had real
4
issues.
a.m. in the morning. Somebody
you
got
gotta think about them projects,
bro.
the projects
sure.
that you had to work on in school.
Yeah.
That was needed. You can't even do that no more.
No,
Kids just flunking out.
You really
all because
going
Walmart's not
flunking out.
24/7.
full blown grocery
Walmart not
shopping
24/7.
at 3:30 in the
for
morning,
sure.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's
No
crazy.
facts. Okay, Walmart, corner store, Walmart, and Family Dollar or Dollar General. One of the two.
Yeah, you like all the hood shit.
Like, I can't help it. I can't
He
help
could
it.
have said
G.
anything. He could have said Gucci. He could have said the Nike outlet.
I'm honest, man.
Nigga could have said
I'm honest.
Levi. This nigga could have said
I
Barnes
don't
and
know nobody in the
Nobles.
world who like to go to Family Dollar, bro.
Nigga
Like,
coulda
you
said
go there
anything.
like right because you don't have no choice.
Bro, I ain't even think about none of that.
All
like,
your stores is in the same vicinity.
Hey,
nigga, like,
it's this one dude working this $1 General, bro. Like, don't you know how like when you walk in, they supposed to say like hi and everything. They really supposed to do that so like you turn and say hi to them so they see your face. Just in case you do something crazy. But like, so this dude be taking it so personal if you don't say hi back, bro. Like he like I walked in there one day and then like somebody else walked in behind me. He's like, hey, how you doing? And then they ain't say anything. He's like, well, I guess we being rude today, huh? I'm like, it's not that serious, bro, man. It's Dollar General, man. And people just don't know how to say hi. He like when people
Hey,
like out
though,
there.
Dollar General be having the craziest customer service, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be on a different level.
It's like they customer service like pop copy. Remember
No.
that Dave Chappelle?
no, the one around the corner here.
Can I
Is,
help you? And then walked away.
bro, the one around the corner here, bro. You walk up and the doors won't open. It's be at like 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And
No,
it'll be a
yeah.
sign that say closed.
Yep.
And it'll be one
that
worker
be
in there.
getting
He
me
just,
so sorry.
one worker in there on the phone. Just having a
Yeah,
conversation.
They be closed at like the worst, like that, like
Be
4:30.
like,
bro.
dog.
Like
Y'all
I know y'all
is not closed.
I know y'all. Hey,
You're
I,
not
I
closed.
filed a
Supposed to be
complaint against
closed
them,
right
bro.
now.
Like I filed a complaint against them in Euclid, bro.
And whoever your manager is, your general manager, your regional, go call him because
No,
he
for
obviously
real.
ain't been around here in a while.
That's funny. That's
You
funny.
gotta know them.
Let me think.
Oh, boy.
Top 3 Pokemon.
Top 3 Pokemon, I ain't gonna lie. The only Pokemon I know is Pikachu.
Okay.
I ain't gonna
That's
lie to you.
Pikachu, and Pikachu.
That's crazy.
Okay, now I don't have no more right now.
Okay. That's the end of that segment. Then.
Yeah.
That's how it ends.
Yeah, that one was
Okay,
funny.
okay.
Hey, man, that shit put a tear in my eye, man.
No, I
Nigga
got one
nigga,
more.
them
I
not-
got.
all 3 of them is in the same vicinity.
Yeah, they all right there.
They all literally right there.
And he in that
I got
motherfucker
one
with
more
a
though.
big smile.
This nigga happy as fuck. Like, what do you need to go like?
Why do you need to go all 3 of those? Because they all sell the same.
No,
They
because
all
the corner
sell the
stuff.
same
No,
shit.
because the corner stuff. You got hot flavors of cheese. You got hot flavors of cheese. You got Hubba Bubba. That's the candy stuff for real. For real.
He said, I
Pack
can
of
only get
shells.
my hubba
You
bubba.
go,
at
you
the
get your
Cordy
snacks
store.
from there for real. For real. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
Yo, Walmart. That's for like the quick little home stuff that you need.
He
to
said,
go
I need
take
some
care of.
light bulbs.
I did a
Some
pillow.
light bulbs.
A
You know what I
pillow.
mean? A pillow real quick. Need a quick little 1-2. Need a mop. Just moved in. Forgot you needed a mop. Run
Because
over
you
there.
buy
Get
the mop
you a
at Family
mop.
Dollar. That's a Family
Cause you
Dollar
know,
type
see,
shit.
and that's what I was gonna say. Walmart, Family Dollar is like, you can't get certain stuff from Family Dollar because it's like, all right, do I really trust this for real? Family Dollar, like, yo, movie snacks when you finna go sneak into a movie theater. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
that's when
Okay.
you go get them dollar sleeves
The
and the Snickers
boxes
and
and
you
stuff, yeah.
tuck them into the bag.
No,
You
you're
know what
right.
I mean?
You're right.
That's you need all 3 of them stores for real.
Weak, bro. That's so
Okay, I mean, he broke it down like a science. It made sense, man. I can't even like dispute what he said, man.
It makes sense. I'm just, one of them could go. I'm just saying. I got one more. What's your top 3 dreadheads?
Top 3 dreadheads. What that mean?
You just like your top 3. Your top 3 dreadheads. Like the most inspirational people to you that got locks?
They got locks. Most inspirational people who got locks. Okay, let me think. Dang, I ain't never think about that before.
Me either. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, Bob Marley.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta say Bob.
I figured
Marley.
Bob got to get on that list.
Okay. Let me see. Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that one.
Miss Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Let me see. And last but not least, Lil Wayne. Duh.
Okay.
Lil Wayne, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
When I first started, like the first time I was inspired, it was definitely Wayne and Bob for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne and Bob for sure. Cause like I really don't remember because I graduated high school in 2009. So like 2009, 2010, I don't remember too many people with locks. I mean, I know the people that had locks, but like I don't really remember like now every artist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, movie stars, like everybody named Mama got locks.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't remember anything. Maybe T-Pain. Like I really don't remember.
I'm thinking like when I think about what you meaning that in like dreadheads who like inspired locks or
Not necessarily that, but just like
influential people.
like notable
Yeah,
figures
that's what
that
I'm
just
thinking.
had
Like,
locks.
I don't think people saying Bob Marley was like, "Oh, I'm about to get locks." I think he changed cultures for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like same thing with Wayne. Like I don't think people wanted locks like that for real until Chief Keef.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, it might
people
have
saw
been
people saw the headbanging. and was like, "Oh
Hey,
yeah."
man,
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get
Wonder-
active for real.
Stevie
You know what
Wonder
I mean?
don't be inspiring.
Stevie Wonder got that row, bro.
He ain't inspired.
Nah, I don't know
I
who
ain't even
inspired
think
him
about
for
it. I
that.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't
If
think
you had
about
said Stevie on your
for
list, that'd have been wild. That might have went viral if you put Stevie on your top dreadhead
real.
list.
I didn't even think about him having locks for real.
Cause you can't see him from the front
Can't
no
see
more.
him. Can't see him. Y'all is not right.
Hey, Stevie is one of my most like inspirational and favorite artists of all
Man,
time.
No,
hey,
for real.
He right behind you. Where you at?
Big
He right
brother?
here. Look, he right here. Look.
Yeah.
Genius, bro.
Hey, he
Oh,
got
that musical
the,
genius.
No,
though.
definitely.
No,
musical
he
genius,
is.
for
No,
sure.
like all jokes aside, Stevie Wonder is by far like, just one of the best genius musical artists of all time. I mean, lyrics, songwriting, multiple instruments. You know, and the only other person I can really think of, well, not the only, but Prince is like right there in terms of like doing everything. Like I feel like if Stevie Wonder could see, he would probably be recording himself too. He would be engineering too.
That's real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like probably the only reason why he ain't doing that because he can't fully like anything else he could just do with his
Right,
hands.
right.
You know,
That's real.
because dude is crazy, bro. Dude is crazy. Shout out Stevie. What you listen to? What's on your playlist?
What's on my playlist?
Yeah,
I honestly got to a point where I listen to everything for real. Like I
like
listen
people
to a lot
say
of old
that,
school
man,
R&B.
but
Like I listen to like Frank Sinatra.
okay.
I listen to let me see.
I did it my way.
Yeah.
You listen to,
Fly me to the moon.
You listen to this Black Sabbath?
I just got hip to Black Sabbath, no
talking
lie. I just got hip to Black Sabbath. I listen to like what's the name of this? Cake. Like
K-pop?
no, Cake.
Oh, okay.
The name of the artist is Cake. Cake.
Cake. Okay. Male or female?
I think it's like a group, low key.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't, but they got this song called "The Distance," and it's like he's going the distance. Dun, dun, dun. He's going for speed. I like that song. It's really cool.
What is this, like alternative?
Yeah, it's like
rock?
alternative soft rock.
The way
type.
you were singing it, I was like, that sound kind of
Yeah,
almost punky.
yeah. So I be listening to that sometimes. I listen
Okay.
to a lot of neo soul.
Okay.
When it comes to newer rap, I listen to like Mavi. I listen to Mike. Kelly Moonstone's another like really
Mike,
great
who's
artist. Mike. So Mike, Kelly, Moonstone, and Mavi, like they all, and Navy Blue, they're all like in the same like realm.
Okay.
Mike, I don't really know how to explain them other than.
I know you're talking about like Killer Mike. I know.
Oh
you're
no.
talking about, like,
I would say Killer Mike. I would have
Mike
said
Jones,
Killer Mike.
like-
I do listen to Killer Mike though. Killer Mike,
Okay.
I got hip to him because of the Jewels.
Yeah.
Jules,
yeah.
Yeah, and that was because of my homie Tay. I'm appreciative for the people in my life who introduced me to other artists for real.
Yeah.
I got hip to Father because of him. It's this rapper named Father or this artist. I want to
Father.
say rapper.
I think I've
Yeah.
heard of him, yeah. But that's why people got to make sure they keep friends around because friends make sure you get new music. If you don't have, if you're not getting on new music, you might need to find some new friends.
Absolutely.
Because like I feel like music exploration, it goes hand in hand with your friends.
Yeah.
Get with your homies what you listen to. What's that? What's on your playlist?
Yeah.
You know? So when you hang out with folks, that that's when you get
Like
hit. Because you just got me hit with a bunch of, I don't know who the first 4 people that you said, and I listened to a lot of random stuff.
Let me go to like right now. I was just listening to Adele. Love is a Game.
Adele was the first thing that popped up.
Yeah, that's
why
I
you got Kanye West on there.
Of course, Ye.
Come on, Ye.
Kanye.
I'm gonna ride with Ye until you do something just real crazy.
Ye be doing what he want to do, but
the music still be good, man.
It's Ye. It's Ye.
I got the pods upstairs. I should have wore the pods.
We can go through my like songs. Recently like songs.
Okay.
You got Drake. You got somebody named Harley Blue and Blue Stave. So I also listen to like a lot of like lo-fi. So a lot of my artists be like lo-fi people.
So
Earl Sweatshirt. I do be listening to Earl Sweatshirt.
Man, Earl's
The Alchemist.
Yes.
Shout out to Sam Supreme because we got a Sam Supreme. She gonna be on Poetry Unplugged's next writers room, July 25th.
No, Sam is
shout out to Sam.
The homie for sure.
Bro, she got this song called "I Dance on You Ho."
Dance on You Ho.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Dance on You Ho.
Yeah, that's a banger. Yeah.
No, that's for sure. For sure. Shout out Sam for that.
Yeah, shout out to Sam for that. Leon Thomas, Benny the Butcher. I listen to him every day.
Man,
really?
hey,
yeah, Benny.
Hey.
No, I fuck with Benny.
Yeah,
no, for real.
Griselda,
I fuck with Benny.
Man,
I can sing
No, I fuck
97
with all
Hoes.
Griselda.
The whole, yeah.
But that's Benny's your
the whole
favorite.
Griselda, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun.
I'm seeing Westside at House of Blues August 2nd, I believe.
Yeah, he is gonna be here.
He coming here with some like wrestling type of shit.
Yeah. So Benny the Butcher, my favorite out of Griselda.
Okay,
I'll say that. Conway the Machine, I would say if I had to rank them, Benny then Conway.
Yeah, Benny. I mean, Benny is my favorite too.
But God Don't Make Mistakes from Conway, that's my favorite album from him, for real.
They all have good albums, and they're all the best at what they do. Like you can't really rank them.
That's a good
like
point.
you just have to put them this way because like they're all so different. And they don't try to be like Westside doesn't try to be Benny.
Don't try to
he
sound
lets
like
Benny
each other.
like do what you do. You be the best. Or I'm not even trying to be the best lyricist. I'm just fly as shit. And I'm gonna talk that.
That's
fly
what I
shit.
like about artist collectives, because when you operate in that way, like you said, you don't really got to rank. It's just they all do their own.
But that's how it should be. Like
and then they all help influence each other. Like you can tell, especially like a top dog type of deal. Yeah, I know it's a label and everything, but you can tell they all be around each other when they making music.
That's what it be, and that's what I really like when you can hear the like accents.
Yeah.
It's like an accent of like
even though Kendrick, but I know Schoolboy Q would help him with that and everything, and it's not no ghostwriting stuff. He was just in there helping him. You know?
Yeah, even catching melodies and certain things.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely got some stuff on the playlist.
Yeah, shout out Love Child. Love Child, he got a song.
Yeah.
Love Child be at Poetry Unplugged. He a poet, rapper, all that.
So you listen to some local artists too?
Oh, absolutely.
See, that's when we was just talking about that. I don't know if that was yesterday, but recently we were just talking about supporting local artists, but really supporting isn't giving them a like on Instagram. Supporting is throwing them into your daily active playlist and playing them right after Beyonce and Future and whatever else you listen to.
Absolutely.
You know, if you think it's a fire song, then put it in the playlist.
Yeah,
rock, like literally rock it. You know, and I think just Cleveland specifically, like we got to really change our support culture. Like support culture really has to be, you know, I'm tapped in. I mean, you in the playlist, you in the rotation.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just listening to the day you drop and then we don't go back to it. You know, if it's fire, let's really try and put some of these new artists in rotation. Like,
absolutely,
like you got it in rotation.
Yeah, let's get your streams up.
Yeah, man.
Get streams
up.
up.
It's necessary.
If it's good music now, you know, sometimes.
No, facts.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got to be good though. I'm not gonna support you if it's bad. I'm like, hey man, keep going. But I'm not gonna listen to it.
But if it's not the best, I'm gonna say let's work on this.
No, that's facts.
Yeah. And there's levels to it. But before we get out of here, I do want to speak on the album that you guys did because I think that's very, very cool. You know, I don't see that very often. And just speak on how briefly about that process of creating. How do you categorize it as a spoken word album? That's it right there.
Yeah.
And you've done 2 of those now?
Just one.
Just one.
I'm working on. To say I'm working on it would be like it's an idea that I'm like writing, but I'm not working on it right now. But yeah, it's one album.
Well, no, you're working on it because the moment you have the idea and the moment that you're trying to even flesh the idea out in your head, that's working towards it.
That's fair.
I think that is probably one of the most important steps in getting anything off the ground is like that initial like visualization, and really trying to birth the idea.
That's real.
We can't underestimate that, because some people bring stuff out and be like, man, you didn't think this through, like you didn't think none of this, and now you're trying to bring this idea out, and then somebody's like, yeah, but this, that, and that ain't, and you like, damn, I didn't think of that. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't, you just, so don't under you working on it. It's working.
Yeah, that's real. That's
you
real.
working.
But a little bit about Bear. So
You said Bear?
Yeah, it's called Bear in the Flesh.
Bear in the Flesh.
So we actually started working on Bear back in 2022, and it was a show. It was a show at first. So
what do you mean by show?
A show. So with the Sparrow's Fortune,
like it was just an event that happened.
Yeah, an event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because we do workshops, which we are mainly known for now, but we also put on spoken word showcases. So we curate our poetry and put it up into a show. So somebody had caught us. It was 2 artists. Shout out to Woj. Shout out to Jamil, aka Wordsmith. We was at an event and they pulled me and Mo to the side like, "Hey, yo, y'all two should really work on, y'all should work on a project, like maybe a head-to-head something, but y'all two got to do it for real."
Now, when they said project, was that like a project like collaboration, or were they really specific on like recording?
No. They was talking about like an event. Like if we was to do an event where it was like a head-to-head, because some poets, like, it could be me versus you head-to-head where I'm performing, you performing, and it could be like a slam style type of thing.
Yeah.
Or just we doing an event together and we collaborating on it.
Okay.
But at the time, we was working on the Sparrow's Fortune's first show. So that was back in March of 2022. And that's when the idea was first given to us. And we was like, okay, that would be cool. But we had the bigger project to work on for the whole team. And so, yeah, the first project for the team was excellent. It was really, really good. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, that was kind of proof of concept. Like, that was like, okay, we can put together a show. That's what our main concern and focus was. So then, after that, me and Morgan was like, all right, cool. Like, so you think we should really, like, go after this? And so we started working on the concept or whatever. And then from there, we built the show out within a matter of, like, 2 or 3 months. Our first show of Bear was in September of 2022. We did that one in Columbus. And then the second show of Bear was in November of 2022. And we did that one here in Cleveland at Jackson Motif. Shout out AD.
Lounges, let's get it.
Yeah,
so that's family for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then after that, what happened? After that,
But
like,
not lounges though. The other spot.
yeah,
across
the other spot,
Jackson's
Jackson Motif. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Tap in.
So the thing about like me and Mo, when we get like in the creative mode, we just toss ideas back and forth, but then we'll really do it. Like that's like, so we just sitting there one day like at the crib talking, have a conversation, and one of us, I don't even remember who at this point, but one of us like, bro, let's turn it into a book. Like, and then that's what it was for the intro for the show. There's a song, the first song on the album is called The Transition. That song is like 10 minutes long, right? Mm-hmm. Remembering all of that to perform, we was like, yeah, let's not do that. So we recorded it and put an instrumental behind it. And so as we was listening to it back, we was like, bro, what if we did an album? Like,
I see it. It just kind of.
What if like?
Yep.
And then we was both like, we could do an album for real.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was literally, that's all it took. We was like, let's do an album.
Yeah.
And from that, it was like, I mean, if we do an album, we might as well do a book. That's easy too. So
all those things kind of birthed together.
It happened right then and there. That was like December. We played with the idea a little bit longer. And then we called up, shout out Breakthrough Sounds, Fresco, the whole gang, Kyra, Dirk, Eddie, all of y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all with my whole heart. Yeah. But called up Fresco, like, hey bro, we tryna let's make this a tape for real. And so and Breakthrough like our home base for real. So we called him, we recorded the whole album. It was like 13, 14 hours.
Okay, one session or
one session?
Okay,
one 14-hour session. We just got it done. Shout out to the band. Shout out to Jawan, Jeremiah, Jay. Y'all the goats, man. They sat with us that whole time. Shout out to Cody. He recorded the whole thing. It's also going to be a documentary releasing sometime later this year.
Okay.
For Bear, and we're going to talk a lot more about that process, about the personal things that was happening and occurring throughout this whole process too. So
Right.
yeah, Bear, that's my baby, man.
And where's that at?
It's available everywhere.
Okay.
You can hear it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal, anywhere there's music, you can find Bear in the Flesh by Just Cuz and Morgan Page.
Okay.
And while I'm telling y'all to go places, I also want to tell y'all need to go to funknotfight.net because this Sunday on what's this month? June. On June 30th from 5 to 9 p.m., Morgan Page and Just Cuz will be performing with the legendary Boosie Collins and Peppermint Patty Collins.
Okay.
It's gonna be an excellent time.
Nice.
They will be hosting. It's not just gonna be us performing, but it's gonna be Motown Magic, The Crew, the Bottom Line Band, a couple other talented artistic groups, musician groups, and then of course it's gonna end with Boosie Collins doing his
I'd rather
thing.
be with you. Ooh.
Yeah. It's gonna be up. Shout out to Ron Fuqua. Shout out to Mrs. Maria Fuqua, Dr. Fred Wheat. Shout out to Erica Burke. It just take a team, and huge thank you to Leo's Casino Arts and Music Collaboratory for that. So
Okay.
it's gonna be a good time for sure.
I know one thing. You stay busy.
Always.
I know you. Yeah. You like me. I be you a hard working man.
Gotta handle the business, man.
Show business is hard out here.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta handle the business, man.
It's a beautiful thing,
And I love
man.
it. And when you love something, it's easy to do.
That's what I wanted to tap in. That's why I wanted to tap in with you because I could tell that you loved it, you enjoy it. Like I said, I see you busy. I see you doing a lot of different things. You know, you definitely for what I know, I haven't known you that long, but you know, the writing, the poetry, the performing. I know you do photography, and you know, you do a lot. You know, so you're definitely a creative person. I just wanted to pick your brain and see how you kind of piece all those things together.
Absolutely, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for
appreciate you
having
coming here.
It's
man.
been a good time having a conversation. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. So thank you, man.
Where can the people find you at?
Y'all can follow me at just.c.o.s. That's on Instagram. And then if you really want to get connected with me, follow me, or not follow me, but subscribe to my page, www.justcos902.com.
My man got a website.
You'll find all the information about me, anything y'all want to know. All of the other media and things like that. This will probably be my last interview for a minute, for real, because
We slipped in.
Hey, we honored, man. Right. We honored.
Because I got a lot of more things to focus on right now, for real. But y'all can find all of the other media packages, anything like that, on my website.
Yeah.
All the other fun stuff. You can get the books there.
Check out the website. I was on the website today. That's a good website. Man.
And also, of course, I can't forget about the team. So if you are an artist and you want to share your work, that's poetry, that's singing, that's rapping, R&B, anything like that, comedian, definitely come kick it at Poetry Unplugged. And so that's going to be poetry.unplugged on Instagram or www.poetryunplugged.co. That's C-O, not an M, C-O. And then we got a couple different initiatives. Sorry, y'all.
No, you good?
We got a couple different initiatives like Poetry Unplugged Junior. So if you're a parent and you want your youngin' to be able to get involved with artistry, we also host Poetry Unplugged Junior. Our next one is going to be at the Black Artist Showcase, July 20th. Shout out to everybody at the Black Artist Showcase team. It's the 3rd annual event. And of course, shout out to the Sparrow's Fortune. So if you want to get connected with the whole team, it's the Sparrow's Fortune on Instagram and thesparrowsfortune.com. And come to our writing workshop tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Midtown Tech Hive. Also, shout out to Digital C and the Midtown Tech Hive. We got a lot of great community partners, so I'm very appreciative of all of y'all, for real. So, yep.
Okay. Busy man. Hey, you
Yeah,
heard him.
yeah.
All you got to do is tap in.
All you got to do is tap in.
That's all you got to do is tap in.
You'll come find me somewhere, for real.
Yeah. What you got, Jay? You got anything to wrap up?
Savage Show every Monday.
That's right.
We keep an eye out because we got a newsletter coming out, and so if you want to be in the know and you want to get exclusive stuff, starting next month, we had the StreamSpace newsletter coming to your email. So if you want to get on that, DM us your email address. We'll add you to it. But that'll start coming out in July to keep you informed on everything.
Yeah. And this Thursday, we also will be at Rebar with a mic and a light. We got Nuke Franklin performing this year,
Oh,
this
he
this
hard.
month. Yeah, Nuke Franklin about to
He
shut
in
it
the,
down.
He in the playlist too.
Oh yeah, Nuke Franklin. Yeah. We had him on the podcast last night. You know, just kind of doing some promo for Thursday. But yeah, tap in. Shout out to my man Trav. Shout out to Rebar because that's the spot. Them the homies for sure. So that's gonna be a good time. Yeah, Trav, that's the guy, man. So we gonna be kicking it Thursday night. I'm gonna be spinning a couple tunes. You feel me? So come hang out with us. They got food. They got drinks. It's a Thursday night. It's the summer, finally.
Necessary.
Get outside, man. It's been hot. It's been good. Cleveland been all right to us this summer so far. So, like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you tap in. We got more interviews, more shows coming. Other than that, man, make sure you follow the guy here. And it's been a wonderful podcast.
For sure.
We're gonna get on out of here.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Deuces.